sorry, wait a second. Ooh. Okay, I think we're good now. Let's start. Hi everyone. My name's Joey. I'm the case study coordinator this year of the UCSB Actuary Association. And yesterday, actually, UCLA had held their own kickoff, but some people like already attended because I've written email to UCLA and asked about whether we can participate in that kickoff, and some people just sneak into that, and some people didn't because they emailed me and told them like I haven't confirmed yet. So this kickoff will be held for uh, those people who hadn't like participating in the UCLA kickoff yesterday. And feel free to drop off if you think the information you're seeing is already familiar. So okay, let's start. So this is our agenda. It's pretty short. First, we're going to talk about team assignment again, and then we'll show you guys the UCLA kickoff slides. And then there are some important reminders. And then I create an Excel workshop resource, which is a Google Drive. I'll post this slide after the presentation. So feel free to download the source. And this is our team assignment. So if you haven't contacted your teammates, please do so after this immediately. I have received a couple of emails talking about like people cannot reach out to some else in their team because of, I don't know, maybe time zone, but please be patient and try to reach out to them again through emails or other social media. But if you haven't contacted your teammates, please do so after this kickoff immediately. I have to stress that because it's very important. So here's the team assignments, and you can see the names in red are the team leaders and their emails beside each people's name, each person's name. So if you don't have their emails, please now write that down right now so you don't have to ask them their emails from us later. So next, we're going to the UCLA kickoff slides, and I include a website link to the UCLA kickoff, which links, I think there are more than just kickoff slides. You can find the past competition cases on their websites, and feel free to download them if you want to take them as references. And please refer to slides for important administrative information and tips. So next, we're gonna go through their slides from yesterday. Yeah, so what to know is that we know there's a rule for team assignment, like at least two of the team members has to be freshmen, sophomore, or first year transfers. So don't consider them as burdens, but as good teammates, because you guys need to work together to spend time together. So like be together and talk to each other often, so you can communicate their ideas with each other like in the most efficient ways. And you're also expected to spend long hours on the case, which is like unavoidable because each time, like last time participating in the last year's competition, it's like took me to 3 or 4 in the morning. Yeah, so be prepared for that. And there's no single correct solution. Like you can write any solution you think is correct. There's no limitation for or or standard for correct solution. Yeah, I think many of you should have done that like prior to first meeting. You should, after receive the case, read thoroughly and come to first meeting ready to discuss. And I've already read the case, and I think the case kind of new to me and complicated. So I recommend you guys start early and be prepared for putting a lot of time in it. Write down your action plan. So this kind of in the case file, you will see a lot of descriptions about the case and also description of the questions. So there are some key phrases, and such as, for example, this 2020 case, there's those important lines highlighted. that you may consider working hard on them. These are the important hints to for you to solve the questions. So pay attention to them. Yeah, and these are the same, like look for information in the case. Like I think there are four listed different types of insurance, like in this case file. So be sure to look them very carefully, and you can look up them on the internet if you don't understand some of their technical terms. And I think good resources first is your team members, maybe some team members from seniors, or they have participated in the past competition. They might know some technical terms. And one source I would recommend is the Investopedia, which you will find many definitions in a very concise way, which is not hard to understand. So examine data. So uh, I think you guys should have received a file, Excel file. I think I think there are two, right? I think there are two Excel files. And be sure to compare any data to your action plan, determine what information you need to know. So terminology, you have to look up, and do you understand what the data represents? And one way to understand what the data represent is to click onto the unit box so you can see like what formula is written in. And you can start from that and looking up from the Excel document, and you will figure out like what a specific data represent. Delegate duties appropriately, like Excel isn't like Google Sheets where you can collaborate in real time. And this is kind of because of COVID, we have to work remotely. So this is kind of a hard issues you guys need to overcome by yourselves. And the person most experienced with Excel can be the keeper of the data. Yeah, and that's one suggestion given from UCLA. And I think if you guys have the condition, maybe your guys are on campus, you don't have to do that, but that's a great way to keep the data. And roles are fluid and not strict, such as many people will assign their tasks beforehand, so they stick to their tasks. But if somebody like meet an obstacle, you can definitely exchange your tasks or discuss on that. So it is not strict. Like you don't have to stress out because you are stuck on some tasks, and be relaxed. It's just a competition. And also deep dive into Excel role, like rearrange data to best suit teams' need at different times. So between group meetings, the Excel person creates columns using to sort data, countif to sort data. Yeah, and convene with the rest of the team was the major obstacle to overcome, and just talk about that. And explain Excel procedures to the member to catch potential errors. And I think this this case competition, you have to, I think the case asks you to like fix some inconsistencies and errors. So pay attention to that as well. By the way, if you guys have any questions, feel free to interrupt, unmute yourself and ask any questions. Why my screen stuck? Wait a sec. Okay, good. Don't avoid Excel. Yeah, that's very important because Excel is now kind of all you have. So you have to be adapt and sophisticated in Excel skills. So as I mentioned, I have Excel's workshops from UCL and UCSB prepared. So um, kind of you can kind of learn from that. And research background info is sometimes very important depending on the questions. Like this time, you guys may consider research life insurance because it's a brand new topic to us. Like in the past competitions, I think there hasn't been a case file regarding the life insurance. I think it's the first time. So discuss how to make certain calculations, like everybody have reach an agreement, and then you can assign calculation to each person. And also charts and graphics are not mandatory, but they're recommended. So rules are not isolated. If multiple team members are experienced with Excel, you should swap roles periodically and check in with each other. So when we assign their teams, we make sure each team has at least one people with intermediate Excel skills. So if you don't understand any Excel like process, you can ask the person or you can research online and work together. So your choice. And non-Excel people can double check Excel person's work in progress. That's also very important. Collaboration between roles. This is practically what the last slide said, but just stress the importance of Excel person like regularly sends out consolidated sheets to the rest of teams so everyone has an update info to work with. And assign tasks to each person. I've mentioned it earlier. So Excel person starts organizing data in a useful manner, and other team members select independent parts to work on. And also reassign new tasks that are completed, and you can do so by constantly updating your process. And also because of this remote thing, I think you have to meet a lot on Zoom or other softwares you prefer to talk about it. So feel free to do that. And for some tasks, it may be useful to brainstorm together and assign parts of the presentation. Um, this part is this part is very important to you guys because last time I participated in the competition, we have a kind of issue with assignment of the presentation, so that makes us a little bit harsh when we're submitting files. So be sure to assign parts of the presentation smartly. And executive summary is one of the deliverables you have to submit to the Bruin Actuary Society. And user Google Docs for real-time collaboration may be a good idea. And I will also recommend that. And discuss content to be included and create an outline. Assign each person a part to write and read over their entire summary individually, and as a group, make edits as needed. So practice presenting. So decide who will present what slides, and also it don't have to be like fixed. It is fluid as well, and you should practice individually. And you can only practice individually most of the time because under this remote circumstance. And think about unpracticed gestures and body postures, and it should sound natural, not like you're reading off a script. So try to be like try to sound like a relaxed and funny professor in your video recording, and that will help you a lot. And when you already record a presentation, so submit deliverables on time. So this part, I'll mention it afterwards in the important reminders. And the format will be included in the future slides. So you can't compete with what you don't submit. So please submit what you have. If you don't have, for example, presentation video, just submit what you have about Excel workbook, summary, presentation slide. Just submit what you have. Don't give up. Okay, the most important thing is don't give up. Never give up. Serious. So this is a quick recap walkthrough. So final words and tips. So try your best and present anything you come up with, even if you don't think you have much to present. And there's nothing wrong with stating what you know and don't know. So, try to figure out every technical terms you met and try to figure out every things you understand. And you can post them on the Slack, which I will mention later. It's a forum that UCLA open for students in this competition to post questions. But it can be related to like how to solve this problem. It can be related like if there's any confusing terms, ambiguous lines or words that you guys don't understand, you can post on the forums, and the officials will answer your question shortly. And presentation from previous years finalists, they can be a good references. And also, you can visit the websites. I think I included in my slides as well. So absolutely talk to each other constantly under this remote condition. I know it's hard, but try to do it. And don't stress over lack of Excel experiences because it's a process of learning. So if you don't understand, just try to learn and do as much as you can. Don't stress out and prepare for the unexpected. So these they talk about their experiences like they think they are not gonna make it, but they ended up winning winning. So that can happen to you. So don't freak out about anything that you meet during the case competition. You can do it. So let's go back to our slides. So these are some important reminders. Those are copies from the case. I think there is a copies from case files or email that the team leaders received, which includes some important reminders. Also, the slides from yesterday, there's another one, and this is like copied from another one. So you must submit all deliverables on time and no exceptions. And you're not allowed to seek help outside of your team for work on this case. So some people asked me about whether they can like ask for help about Excel skills. Um, I think you're not allowed. I'm sorry, I have a throat problem recently. So everything you present must be on your own, and no help from professors, no talking to actuaries in the industry, no making posts like on online forums, and no like communicating with your past schoolmates. It's not allowed. And please do not share the case files with people outside your team because of the copyrights. And you may conduct research online, but the only place you may ask questions is on Slack. And this is the link to the Slack, and you have to register, and you can then post questions on the Slack forum. And also another thing I want to stress is you have to communicate like frequently because of this remote condition. Cannot emphasize it anymore. It's very important. And even if you have time zone differences, you have to coordinate with that, and you have to figure out a way to meet each other on a certain time so you guys can discuss a certain problem together. So make sure all of you guys can like work with that. So this is the format of deliverables. I think the emails from your team leaders should have included it, but I want to stress this again because the format, if you do not submit in the correct format, points will be deducted for using different file names or subject line. So it's very important. And it's also due Friday, January 15th by 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So no late submissions. It's very important. So here's the Excel workshop resources that I mentioned before. Here's a Google Drive. So I've made it public. So if any of you guys cannot access this link, please let me know by messaging me or emailing me. Then I'll make adjustment to the slides and see if there's any technical things that I didn't work beforehand. And it contains the most recent Excel workshops from both UCL and UCSB. And if you go to the official websites of UCL case competition, you may find the past workshops and more other resources you may need. But if you want resources from the UCSB side, you can also visit Facebook and search. Just I think you can just type in uh, Excel, and you can find the past Excel workshops. I think from 2017 to 2020, I think there shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, so this is our Instagram, Facebook. Please follow them if you haven't done so, because some people has asked me about where's our Facebook. So please remember to subscribe to our Facebook and Instagram. So I think that's all for this kickoff. If any people have any questions, feel free to ask them now.
Oh, and I just want to add one more word. So tomorrow we're gonna have our first comeback, welcome back general meeting for the winter quarter. So I know that you guys might be busy doing the case study, and you might not be able to attend at a time, but it's okay because we're gonna do the recording, and tomorrow I'll go over some winter quarter events, and also something I'll talk about something about the new officer election thing. So if you're interested in that, definitely don't miss out. So yeah, it will be tomorrow at 5 to 6. And you guys feel free to ask any questions about the case study. I think we can stop recording.